Good morning, and I hope you've been well, and this is part 179 of the Pokemon Rejuvenation V13.5 Let's Play, Set Mode, no items, so yeah. So before we get into today's episode, I just want to say real quick that I am a little under the weather, unfortunately, with all the cold weather and whatnot, so yeah, apologize if I fumble my words even more, so yeah. Another thing as well, I do intend to do a update rant on one of these episodes towards the very end when we go through the shenanigans of whatever storyline that we're going through at the time, and get into a update about the future of this series, the normal mode series, the renegade route series, and V14's inevitable release whenever that happens. I don't know when V14 will arrive, I suspect in the near future, and I want to get into a rant and update about all that kind of good stuff. I won't do it at the beginning of the episode like I have with some updates, because I feel like this is going to be a very lengthy rant, so we'll go through some shenanigans and then save it to the end and see if anybody does or does not want to listen, so that's totally up to you. It might be this episode, it could be 5 episodes from now, I don't really know yet, but at some point I do want to do that, so yeah, I just thought I would say that and make you all aware of it. Okay, enough of that there. Nothing to report today, Alon. I need more letters to appear. I'm sure they will with time. The time is now. I need to have them all. Sounds like you need to get into collecting unknown. That's kind of a bro moment, because you know she kind of got thrown into the unknown dimension. Pretty interesting comment from Malia. Anyways though, actually, you know, speaking of that, I kind of wonder if Malia is aware of the events that happened with Aaron, Alice, and Alan. I would suspect that she would know all of that, so yeah, whether that was or wasn't intended, pretty interesting comment to throw at Aaron. Good morning, Alon. You just caught us before we were leaving. Leaving? That's right. Alice and Alan invited us to visit them in Abletus Town. We would have invited you, but we wanted this to be a family bonding event. Malia and I are a bit estranged, from those two, so we like to close the gap. So, should we head on out then? It'll take a while before we get there. You go on ahead to the boat. I need to take care of something real quick. Suit yourself. Alon, I heard that Crescent was seen by the coast just south of the village. We should try and talk to her about the SS Oceana. I know I said we shouldn't push it, but this is starting to eat away at me. It's probably best if you start the conversation though, so I'll interject once the conversation starts to go. Meet you on the coast, Alon. I'm sure that's a great idea. Oh right, I'll do that in a little bit. Rechange the team because there's no need for that anymore. Okay, and let me just skip on over here. Travel on down here. And if I can, there we go. Hey, hey. Oh, how are you, Alon? I know you're not Alon, but do you have any memories of this place? It used to be part of a small town called C4 Edge. We used to visit C4 Edge because there was a train that took you to a nice little resort, but neither the island nor C4 Edge survived the region being torn apart, sadly. Still, I enjoy coming here to remember. I don't think any of these like add or subtract points. I guess I can check just in case, but for some reason I kind of want to go with the second option. I'm not certain why, but I kind of want to. Let me see. Just in case. Yeah, no, both of these are neutral then. About Crescent. How am I doing? Fine, I suppose. I've been having a hard time feeling anything as of late. Figuring out what I'm supposed to do from this point on has been nothing short of bewildering. It feels as though there isn't really a place for me in this world. Whether or not that's the truth has yet to be determined. You're here too. Now I'm getting a bit suspicious. Out with it then. Crescent, we just wanted to know what you knew about the SS Oceana. Why were you on that ship that day? The vessel was coming from Unova, but what were you doing there? That's a loaded question. I don't have a witty answer to give you. Sorry. We're not asking for a witty answer. We just want the truth. Something about that event isn't adding up, and we need to get to the bottom. Alan and Malia, based on our friendship, I will ask this of you once, and only once. Stop looking into the SS Oceana, or else there will be consequences. Are we clear? Understood. Good. And don't think your inconspicuous meetings at night with Alan have gone unnoticed. I don't know what you two are up to, but there's such a thing as digging too deep. Sometimes it's hard to climb back up from such a state. We can't afford to make Crescent our enemy now, so for the time being, let's drop it. But just know that we're not done here. Anyway, I guess I should be on my way to Bleedus Town. See you later, Alan. Now, it is something that is intriguing with that event there that kind of happened with Crescent. And I think Crescent's kind of right, because like, she's still on the edge on all sorts of different things, and rightfully so. I get it. But for Malia to continue trying to like push some things, I get it from her standpoint, because she's trying to get the train moving. You know what I mean? Get the answers rolling and uncover this giant elaborate mystery that's going on. And of course Crescent was like, guys, we're cool. Don't sour it. Stop asking. I'm not answering. We good? Good? Good. Okay, cool. And then that final warning. Crescent saying, I know what you two are up to. I'm not dumb. I'm technically, you know, part of the Interceptor, part of Zide and whatnot. So, I mean, I know what's going on. You two are doing some stuff. I'm not going to interfere with it. But just keep in mind that going too deep with whatever you're trying to do can cause issues. You can get into a position that you're way too far gone and far down that you cannot climb back up. Keep that in mind as you move forward. You can do what you want, but if you get into a point that you can't get out of, that's that. So yeah, it is something that's really interesting with Crescent's warning and about the SS Oceana and her going to Unova. I don't know, honestly, with all of that, to be honest. I think there might be some things that I can bring up on that. I know I'm wording my words weird, but I just don't know, honestly. So I don't think I'll get into a spoiler rant and all that. I know I kind of think about the light and dark stone, but I feel like that's kind of always kind of been a thing here. But I think it's something else entirely, but I just don't know, but we'll just leave it at that. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for the phone call, wrong word. Sorry for the pause there. I had a phone call that I had to take, so now I'm back. Hey, this place isn't looking too bad. When Damien sent those two here for their training, I never would have expected it to look as good as it does now. Aaron and Malia. Alan, it's been a while. How have you been? I've been good. Work on the area has been keeping us busy. I mean, this place was practically a dump before we got here. It could use some more work, but improvement is something that never stops. Where's Alice? She's doing some work inside of her house. Her house? You guys live in separate places now. We've always been together, and we came to the conclusion that it would be healthier to make some space. We're still partners in crime, though. That being said, let me take you to her. Alice, our guests have arrived. Ah, yes, our humble guests. Please make yourselves at home. Thanks for the tea. Thank you for having it. It's my own special brew. It's made up of ground coffee beans, tea bags, crushed up soil. It's packed full of healthy nutrients for your body. On second thought, I think I'm just gonna stick to water. Come on, Aaron. I'm sure it tastes just fine. You drink it then. Sorry, I already had 3 cups of water. Filthy liar. So my dear, guess what brings you here today? Alan invited us. Didn't you know that? Forgive me, it was such a sudden idea that I had not relayed it to Alice in a timely manner. It matters not, I'm just happy to see my darling older sisters. We just wanted to see how you guys were doing is all. I mean, we're family, right? We should catch up and bond together. Yes, family are we on this cruel, desolate planet. What is left for anyone but family, be it blood or not? I see you still have your heads in the clouds. Oh, a conchuer, however you say that word. My head is not filled with clouds, but with light. Enlightenment, if you will. Well, if anything, it's great to see you in a higher spirit, Alice. After all that happened at the pyramid, I was getting a bit worried. Yes, I did get lost momentarily, didn't I? That is a place I don't intend on falling into again, though. Enough of that. What would you like to chat about? Ask about Vitus. So, about the stuff he said at the pyramid. Our father is Vitus, you know this, right? But of course, his voice has become duller and duller with time, but I do remember him, his essence at least. I believe that he's still alive and out there somewhere. I believe that too. How do you feel about that? I feel like we should change the subject of the conversation. Understandable. You're not ready to talk about all that just yet. Oh, it has nothing to do with how ready I am to partake in such conversation. I just believe that my opinion on the matter is something that won't be taken lightly. So in reality, I don't think you're ready for a conversation, dear sister. Excuse me? Let's change the topic. What would you like to talk about? Ask about Alice. So Alice, do you remember anything about our childhood? I'm afraid that's all a blur to me, really. My earliest memory involves all of 3 of us in the unknown dimension long ago. We had just planted the most wonderful rose bush garden. What a paradise that place was. Oh, how I miss it. That place was a glorified prison. I don't see how you would want to go back to confinement. That place felt more like freedom to me than any place here does. Let's change the topic. Ask about Alan. So Alan, how are you enjoying your time out here? I find it quite lovely actually. The open fields on Route 7 are great training grounds for my impressive speed, and with all the Pokemon to play with, what's to hate? Playing is all well and good, my dear brother, but perhaps you should put that time into becoming more combative. You will be the honorary knight of my retinue? However you say that word correctly. And I pray that you will fulfill that duty as such. Retinue. What would you like to chat about? Future plans. So I'm glad you've asked. Right now, Alan and I are focusing on completing the interior for our gym. That's a lot of planning and construction going on at the moment, but we anticipate it should be done in a few weeks. 2 weeks, that's fast. That's not much to be done. In fact, most of the interior is up to me. So I guess you guys will be rocking as gym leaders for a little while then. Being a gym leader is the goal, yes, but it's a mere stepping stone. Oh, you want to go further than that? An elite? Champion maybe? I want to go much farther than that, Aaron. We will become more and more powerful by the day until the title of champion is ours. But being a champion is no more than just a title of achievement. There's something I'm looking into much more than being champion. And that is... You see, Abletus Town is just a pile of mud at the moment, but eventually, I intend on making this place a grand city worthy of being my empire. Empire? Alice, what are you talking about? Aaron, you should know this. People in this region need one solidified ruler. The society present in this region is dilapidated, however you say that word. Ruined and disorganized. At this rate, the entire island is going to fall into the void of nothingness. But don't worry, with my power, I can become the Queen of Avium. Now, I think that line is something that is very intriguing. I won't get into a spoiler rant on that, but remember the whole scene with Melanie. where Madame X brought up the quote, "You were not fit for the role of being the princess." I think it's something similar to that, that for some reason, Indrid, Vitus, whatever you want to call him, has done something to make, them want to be like this ruler and whatnot to Melanie, and now it's kind of happening to Alice once again, unfortunately. So yeah, I know the title of Melanie being the princess and her wanting to be the queen of this region and the ruler of all are two different, like classes, princess, queen, but I think it's a very similar and kind of on the same path. So yeah, just something to bring up and talk about. If it's not really that, I'm not really certain what it is, but I'm gonna safely assume it's something very similar to what happened with Melanie, and it's kind of happening to Alice. Not the same circumstances, but it's very identical is where I'm coming from. What the hell are you talking about? Is this some kind of sick joke? I thought you changed, but you're nothing more than a power-hungry little girl. I'm the little girl, you're the one who's throwing a temper tantrum, dear, but really, why stop at just Avium? I was destined to become queen of the entire world, and once to become powerful enough, I will rake in my own army, and we will lay waste to those who oppose. Erin, you're my beloved sister, but I want you to know that if you get in my way, I will see to it personally that you are... Shut up. Erin, you're going to do what? Kill me? You have no idea who you think you're dealing with. We came here because we wanted to get closer with our strange family. But if this is the way you're going to live your life, then you're no family of mine. Let me put it this way, Alice. If you dare hurt the innocent people of this world for your power fantasy, then trust that I will personally make it so that I tear your life down myself. Is that so? Let's go, Malia. That was totally uncalled for, Erin. And how exactly was it uncalled for? She said she was going to use her power to lay waste to the innocent. If we're being real here, I think she deserved more. What are you saying? She's our sister, our family. And you know that family means little to nothing when you start talking like that. Her words reeked of Vitus, like Vitus. Every syllable came out like a sharp blade. I couldn't stand any of it. You have to understand that Alice experienced Vitus's influence far more than the rest of us. Even though she escaped his voice, there may still be some lingering ideas in her mind. It is our job to set her on the right path, Erin. We have to try at least. Now, I think it's something I even brought up on the normal mode series, and I'll bring it up here. I'm with Erin, I get it, but I also understand exactly where Malia is coming from. So I don't think there's any wrongs in this kind of situation at all. Erin is valid for everything that she experienced with Vitus, the unknown dimension, and all the other stuff that she had to go through growing up. And Malia, of course, being the very caring, woman that she is, she just wants her family to be safe. She wants her friends to be safe. Seeing Alice in this way most certainly hurts Malia. I know it does, but of course Malia, being too good for her own good kind of nature, is trying to explain to Erin, I know these things are upsetting you. I get it. But she's our sister. She had it the worst than any of you guys. You were able to break free of, Vitus's control and whatnot, but she definitely had the most of it, because again, she was the one given the role to control the unknown dimension, to make sure people don't leave. So please keep in mind that as well. We can help her, we can change her, but I need you as well. I know you're mad, I know you're upset, you have every right to be pissed off, but she's your sister. Help her. Help me help her. So yeah. Why do you always have the right thing to say, huh? Erin, I know you have a deep desire to avenge the people Vitus hurt, but you need to learn to control your impulses. The most frustrating thing in the world is when you're wrong. Perhaps, maybe, perchance, I may have gone a teensy bit too far. You think? Okay, look, I'll apologize, but I need time to calm down and collect my thoughts too. When I get a magic milkshake down at Rhodia's Milk Bar, that sounds good. And again, I know some can say like she overreacted, and to some level, yeah, probably, but I don't think Erin is wrong to like get mad about these kind of things, because she just wanted to have a good time with family, and it's a really stressful thing that's going on right now within the story. So adding that into the equation as well, I think it makes sense for Erin to just kind of blow up like that, because whatchamacallit, Erin's definitely one to, I guess, be easily set off if you say the right things to her. So yeah, activate the Interceptor's wish, of course. Alon, I bet you wanted to go on vacation too, huh? Too bad things aren't going that well. Think they'll spike my milkshake if I ask them to? Erin, it was just a joke, relax. I'm doubting that claim hard. I'm gonna go get us a table. Okay, let's do this. Now, of course, since she's a part of Zeit, I guess she's actually probably able to tell whenever we kind of do these kind of things from now on. So yeah, now another thing as well is, I feel like I worded that weird, but that's okay. Oh, what was I gonna say? The other like normal mode series and whatnot, I haven't really been using the Interceptor Wish, so on this playthrough, I'm gonna use it whenever I can, so yeah. Okay, and sorry for the squeak there, that's my boot on the floor. It's kind of funny seeing the type of people who stroll on in here. It always ends up being us backpackers or some trainer from Grand Dream City. Can't you see that I'm sweeping here? You've been sweeping the same spot for ages now. Don't tell my boss, she thinks I'm actually working. You know, I'm sort of close with your boss, right? Oop. The magic milk here almost tastes like custard. It may as well be a heavenly bomb of flavor constructed by the gods. Trust me, lady, I think it's better that the gods have no hand in any of this. Appreciate that it's all homemade and decadent. Sorry dude, I just do the dishes here. If you want service, ask her. You made your way to the magic milk bar. What would you like? Shop? Interesting. Right, because it's our character. Take a rest. Oh. We hope you enjoyed your stay. I guess we took a little nap there. If you're looking for a place to stay, then you're out of luck. Places booked completely full. Oh no, we're just here for magic milkshakes. Oh, I actually don't have any extra dialogue for this. Usually it's Alon who talks to me, and they don't usually talk back. What? That's kind of interesting, hold up. I don't have any extra dialogue for this. It's usually Alon who talks to me, and they don't usually talk back. That's kind of cool because of, you know, the whole, well, do I do it? Yeah, why not? Small spoiler rant. Yeah, we'll do it. If you don't want to listen, that's fine. Go to the comment section below, timestamp there. So, yeah. Okay, we are in spoiler territory. If you do not want to listen one final time, comment section below, timestamp there. Yeah, okay. So, it's a really interesting like dialogue piece here. If you're looking for a place to stay, then you're out of luck. Places booked completely full. Oh no, we're just here for the magic milkshakes. Oh, I actually don't have any extra dialogue for this. Usually it's Alon who talks to me and they don't usually talk back. So that kind of line there, Varaya, Alon, Interceptor. It's a really unique thing how it kind of like, I don't really know how to word it, but it's really cool because again, with Alon being the Interceptor, Varaya making the role of the Interceptor, choosing him to be that, the dialogue is meant to be for him, not necessarily Malia or anybody else. And that goes for the majority of these NPCs within the game, so yeah, I'm having a hard time wording what I'm trying to word, but it's kind of cool to see this like groundbreaking kind of like thing here, where Malia's like, what are you talking about? And then the NPC's like, go into silent here. So yeah, I don't know. it wasn't really like a long spoiler rant. I don't know how to really like word it. I think some know exactly what I'm talking about, but I'm just not wording my words right. It's just really kind of cool and unique to see, but yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So, well, I want to try to word it right, but like again, I guess like Alon, Interceptor, Predetermined Timeline, it was meant to be like for him, not like Malia and the others and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think some know what I'm talking about, but I don't know how to really word it. We'll just keep it at that. So yeah. Okay, we are out of spoiler territory, and let me write that down. Nice. The milkshakes here always know how to hit the spot. They're quite good, yes. I just wish things went smoothly here for once. Seems like for the past couple of months, anything and everything I do has some sort of drama attached to it. Maybe I'm the problem. You're kind of aggressive, but it's not all your fault. These are extraordinary times and events we're going through. Beats staying at home and reading a book alone at least, and I love reading alone. Anyway, I was thinking next time I should get pistachio milkshake. Get the pistachio milkshake. You always seem to order the raspberry deluxe. Yeah, and it's amazing, but I'm getting kind of bored of the flavor, you know? And God, I want a juicy burger with extra fries, and horseradish salted dip. Aaron, I don't even eat meat very often, but my cravings are off the charts. It's because I'm stressed out. Yeah, well, I want a pizza and a pizza cookie. Just mess me up with all of that. Malia, let's do something crazy. Let's rob a bank. What? Too casual, you're right. Let's threaten a government building with a bomb threat. Wait, too close to home. Arson maybe? You spiked your milkshake, didn't you? I'm an adult doing adult things. Just a little. Maybe I should have had a little something too. Alan! Wait, listen, I wanted to apologize for what happened earlier. Don't apologize, everything that happened is exactly what I wanted to happen. What? It was why I invited you too. I needed help with something. Alice has been acting strange lately. She's lost her development, I don't know what happened. She's also been pushing me away. I thought it was so we would learn more individuality, but this feels different. It's like she wants nothing to do with me sometimes. Aaron, you don't think that Alice is... Her words were akin to Vitus. When did you notice a change in her behavior? We had a strange visitor appear in town just a few days ago. After that, Alice has started doing weird things. I didn't interact with them, so I don't know anything about their character. Any ideas on what we should do? I don't know. I just wanted you to... I cannot read today. I just wanted you to see this. We'd need to do some investigating, but we don't have much to go off of. Wait, Aaron, we know someone who can deal with this sort of thing. Someone who is pretty good at being a makeshift detective. Lavender. Hey, thanks for coming on such short notice. It's no problem, I'm always here to help. Besides, Alakazam and I have been practicing this craft for a long time now. We've learned how to optimize it so that we don't need to plunge our consciousness into the deep anymore. Please, if this helps, do it right away. Alakazam, let's sync up again. Okay, Malia, it's up to you now. Pull together artifacts of Alice's meeting and everything will become clear. Leave it to me. I don't know how any of this works, but good luck. Please, Malia, we need to figure out who met with Alice. If it's father, Artifacts dealing with Alice and her visitor should have appeared now. Okay, I'll go take a look. Let me save real quick. And... I believe it's on up here. Here we go. Well, I guess before I do that, I probably should look around the town just in case. Okay. It's just the one. I just want to make sure there wasn't like multiple if I missed out on any of that. Thank you, my dearest Kevlin. May the temperature gods look at you in a good favor. May I help you? So it's kind of being read backwards here. My darling Alice, remember your role. Now, of course, as you could see here, it certainly looks like Angie, but she definitely has a different look to her. Especially kind of these little things right there. I can't exactly tell what that is, but there are some differences with her. My darling Alice, remember your role. I didn't quite catch that, friend. The lower life forms that inhabit this world are yours to rule. I'm trying to see what that says. I know that probably says Alice. I'm not sure actually. Somebody can translate that. That'd be cool. Something, something. I'm not sure honestly, sorry. Not sure. Leave me alone. My brother will hurt you if you get too close. Screw bringing my brother into this. I'll beat the crap on out of you myself. No. No way. Are you okay? That man has some control over Angie, and he used Angie to get back to Alice. He did something to her. I know it, and when I find him, I'll... Aaron, your impulses, please calm down. I know. So what are we going to do about this then? What can we do? We can't extract Vitus influence from Alice. You did it once when you defeated Angie, didn't you? Yeah, but Angie took an extreme beating from that. I'm not really looking forward to doing the same thing to my little sister. I need to think. I'm sure something can be done with Zeit, but there's no way for me to get the Zeit right now. Or can I? Zeit is a frame of mind. Crescent was able to enter that realm without physically going to the obelisk. So clearly it's possible. Maybe I just need to focus on it. Just need to focus. Oh, that's kind of interesting that we were the old one and now we're this one. Or like our old like sprite, you know? Anyways, I guess that's our cue to go to Zeit then. Hey, we're back. Huh, it worked. Alan, I was able to enter Zeit without physically being near the obelisk. This changes the game completely. Does it? I'm not so sure. Oh, hey, Crescent. Nice of you to join us. Crescent, I told you before, your gatherings have not gone unnoticed. And by the way, connecting to Zeit remotely loses the benefit of its processing power. Right now, real-world time is flowing because it has to compensate for the differences between you and the rest of us. Oh. But then how did you do it before? When you faced Alon in here, I mean. I wasn't remote. I was literally just standing behind the obelisk. Now I want both of you to spill it. I want to know everything. If you aren't truthful, I'll just tell everyone that what you've been doing here. She's gonna have us in check, dude. I think we gotta spill the beans here. You have us in a chokehold, I'm afraid. Okay, we'll tell you everything. Just please listen carefully. And that's basically it. What makes you think that's going to work? And also, what the hell? I know, it sounds crazy, but it's going to work. And I'm saying this up front, we're still hiding certain details from you. Just like you're hiding details on the SS Oceana, your ignorance on certain details is crucial for this plan to work. Touché. That in mind, I won't press further. I'm happy you're trusting this information with me. You literally threaten us. I mean, is it really Crescent if she doesn't, you know, do a little choke holding, you know what I mean? It's in her nature, I get it. And plus, I kind of like how she's like, you know, I kind of want to know. Well, it's not like she's outright saying like I want to know more, but with Malia making the comment, there's still some things that I'm holding out on, just like you and the SS Oceana, and she's kind of like, yeah, that's fair, okay. I don't really want to say anything about that. You don't want to say any more details about certain things. Okay, that's fair. You told me enough, so we're chill. I'll give my full support to this operation. What is next? Okay, so actually, we have a bit of a conundrum, sorry. Angie visited Alice and did something to her. She's been acting weird and... Her connection was cut. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for the pause there, I had to go do something. I'll just reread it all again. Her connection was cut. This is another downside of remote connectivity. You have to be extremely focused on entering, and as a result, you are usually asleep. Someone or something must have woken her up. I have a bad feeling about this. Use the Interceptor's wish. Yes. Oh gosh, Alon, you picked the right time to do this. We're dealing with a little situation right now. Well, that's a bro moment. I have no idea what she's saying, but she's certainly saying something. It's no use. That barrier won't shatter no matter what. That meanie is what I'll say instead. He sent Alice to try and take us out while we were asleep. If there's anything that's consistent, it's his cowardice. This is my fault. I shouldn't have kept my eye off of her. I knew we were targets. Cry about it later. Let's move. We'll cut you down. And it's also interesting that she even has like the influences of like Angie as well, of all like the red dice as well. It's not only just Indred alone, but I guess like parts like Angie as well. Oh, I forgot to. Okay. We'll just do what we can. Go for Scald. Nice. Let us do... What do I want to do? You know, Sir looking kind of nice right now. Well, I guess that worked. Enough of this Alice. I kind of thought that she had like more than one Pokemon, but I guess I must have missed that. Anyways, wake up. We're here for you now. It's a pretty little castle there. Hiding in an ice castle isn't enough to get away from me. But I don't see Alice anywhere in that formation. Knowing Alice, it's probably way bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Right, Alice can tamper with space. Yeah, in that case we're gonna have to go after our little queen and take off her crown. Let's go. Well, it's as we expected. Alice is just in the next room. Let's make this quick. Aaron, Malia, please don't be mad at Alice when this is over. She's actually been doing this all to impress the two of you. When she saw Malia compete in her first gym battle, something lit inside Alice. She knows she's caused trouble in the past and she wants to fix that. What I mean to say is, don't. You don't need to say anything. This isn't Alice's fault. Yeah, Alice is being controlled by Angie. But all of this is her dream, to become the queen of the kingdom. Angie may have done something to her, but this is still Alice for sure. Then we're just gonna have to show her the light again. Yeah. Was that Alice just now? I'm not sure, but I can't understand Garufin either, so we'll need to find out in a moment. Come on. It would be kind of cool, because like technically with the one quest that we did, we do have that one book, so it would have been kind of cool to see it, you know, actually be like translated, so yeah, but it is what it is. I'm not entirely sure if you can translate it or not. I don't really know, honestly, but what I do know, oh, wrong item. What I do know is we're gonna go to the remote PC and redo some team members, because I don't think we really need this rain team anymore. I know initially I kind of had this squad here just to do something a little bit different, so I kind of want to bring this one back, because we haven't really used it a whole lot. And again, it's just a random bunch of Pokemon that I want to give a try, so yeah. Okay. Give them some items. Oops. I think this is the team that had... No, I had the Galarian Obstagoon. That's good, we could just keep Rotom, it's fine. Not worried about it. Okay. Can we walk out? Yeah, we can, but not with them. Can you talk to them? No, you can't. Okay. I was just curious is all. There's that voice again. I'm not sure that was Alice. Trespassers, why have you come to my castle? And that's Alice. Those who stand in the way of my queendom shall be frozen in ice forever. I have decreed it. Is that truly your decree, or is the silly bad voice in your head telling you to do this? Shut up, Aaron. You just don't understand what it feels like to have given the purpose to rule. But I do. And when my empire is large, you two will bow before me. Let's see if you get there first. Fine then, face the wrath of my kingdom's warriors. These are old friends of mine. Alan, you take care of that one. I'll take care of this one. Malia, I'm leaving you with Alice. You can handle that, right? Yeah, I'll bring her back. Then let's make moves. So then you shall be the queen's opponent? Bow your head before me. I'll bring you home, Alice. Just you wait. Grand ice, bury them in layers of ice and snow. Oh, I thought she would have had like a full team. Let me write this down real quick. Okay. Just for the timestamp thing in the comment section below. Okay. I guess I'll go for Rock Slide. I feel like I'm gonna get Oakwood here, so let me just do whatever I can here. Oh. Okay, I'll run with that. Ice is crumbling. I'm gone. Let's go into you. Because I forgot I got rid of Lewis for the one battle. They're not really gonna do a whole lot. Let's go for T-Bolt. Be cool if I got a paralysis, but I doubt it. I know I probably could have gone for substitute, but that's okay. So far we're doing good, chipping away at it, so not doing bad. Ah. This is where things change. Yeah, I think Heat Wave is fine. Nice. Okay. Oh, is it just a Sableye? Man, I really wish I can hit one of these heat waves. I guess Chandelure's just having a hard time. There we go. Oh, well, that wasn't bad at all. Huh? My queendom? But how is this possible? I don't know why. I thought she always had like a full team of 6. Maybe not. I don't know. I kind of thought it would have been a little bit more difficult, but that's okay. My empire was built and destroyed in just a day. What am I doing? This isn't what I want. Why am I always causing trouble? Even back then, I knew life would be difficult. Deep, deep below the earth's crust there lays a beast who guards the sacred flame. Deep, deep within the earth's crust there's a beast that guards the sacred flame. It's kind of an interesting thing there. And with love and such a song, the anger's hate will dim. The beast will lack vigor and vim, and the sacred light will shine bright. Yay, Mom, that was so great. I'm so glad you liked it, my little princess. It was a song that's been passed down in our family for generations. A song dedicated to Meloetta, the happy song to calm a savage beast. What is that about? There was a story about a fierce monster that guarded a sacred power deep beneath the earth, a beast that could not be defeated, only quelled and put to sleep with the voice of Meloetta. So cool. One day I'm going to meet Meloetta and have her sing a song for me. That's just a fairy tale. Stories like that aren't real, and you're stupid for believing in them. Irina, don't say such things. Apologize to Alice right now. Stories are just made up so people can get away from harsh reality. And whatever, I don't care, but don't lie to them too. You could pretend to be a princess all you want, but you'll never escape life. Irina, go to your room. Fine. Alice, one day you're going to realize that getting lost in your tales is going to get you hurt. I just don't want that to happen to you. Now, young lady. What has gotten into that child? Alan, you can go see Maria's awake yet. Okay. It's okay, Mom. I know stories aren't true some of the time, but that's why I'm going to make a story that will be true. I'll prove that I cannot read today. I'll prove to Ari that stories have meaning and that reality can be whatever we want it to be. Why don't you guys talk like normal children? Because I'm no ordinary girl. I'm a girl from a storybook. But my life is not a fairy tale, no matter how much I pretend. And by running away, I'm dragging those I care about down with me. How many times will someone have to come and save me from myself? So, pausing there for a moment, I think it's really interesting how you learn certain things about the core deep within the earth. And the story about Meloetta, a beast deep within the earth, I think there is some correlation and some level of truth to that. It may not be exactly to what the story that Annabelle is singing and sharing to the children is, but it could be like reflecting and saying something that deep within there is this powerful thing, and there's only a certain thing that can actually stop it. So yeah, I think there is some similarities to the two events with the core and all that kind of stuff, and with the beast that she's, singing about. So yeah, it is a really interesting thing to kind of see like Anatha there. And it also makes me think Meloetta, Unova, Crescent. What if there's something with Crescent and the potential of her maybe going after, let's say, this Meloetta to do certain things and, I don't know, like unlock the core or do something with the core? Because she brought it up before that you don't want to mess around with Varaya, but I will get back at her one of these days. So, yeah, it is a stretch and a theory kind of idea to say something like that. But I think, for example, like if Crescent's like, I went to Unova outside of Avium, I went and got myself a Meloetta. Hey, core Arcea statue thing deep within, the earth. Check this out. And then she starts, pulling out like Meloetta and does something to the core, and she gets back at Varaya and whatnot. That is a big stretch. I know it is. And I don't think that's what that is, but it is kind of an idea that I thought I'd throw out there because she is being very secretive of the whole Unova thing. And she probably has every right to do so. I don't think it has anything to do with Meloetta. I think it's something else entirely, but it would be kind of wacky if this, hoorah of a throw there is actually correct down the line. I doubt it, but just something I thought I'd bring up and talk about. Anyways, in a way, I guess I got my wish. I became a princess after all. Aaron was right. I'm sorry, Alice. I shouldn't have said that to you. It's true that it is dangerous to fall into your own stories, but all of us need something to fall back on, otherwise we go mad. And I mean, just look at where we are. We're in your crystal kingdom. Can you truly deny this reality? You made your dreams come true, Alice. That in of itself is a blessing. So please, come back home with us. Release yourself from your guilt and break down your walls. Alice, will you ever just be able to live our lives without hardship? Why must we always be a pit against each other this way? And it will never end. There's no such thing as life without hardship, even for a princess, even for a queen. But there's one thing I know for certain, as long as the four of us are together, we'll always be okay. You all. I love you all, and I'm sorry for everything. We love you too, Alice, even if you can be a pain in the butt, especially so. You know what? I don't even want a palace like this. An ice palace, it's not even worth the trouble for how cold it is. So there, I said it. I don't want this to be my palace. Now, it is an interesting, like golden text there. I don't want this to be my palace. I don't know if that's referring to her possibly going wacky again, finding a different palace, or maybe she's gonna find a palace to rule over and not be this insane princess queen individual. So yeah, I'm not really certain on that. It could also go back to some of the things I said before about, Melanie, Madame X talking about you weren't fit for the role. Who knows what she's referring to when she says stuff like that, but I'll leave it at that. I don't think you should have said that. This place is built to your will. If you don't want it anymore, it'll crumble. Oops, I want it actually. It's not stopping. It knows you're lying. Don't worry, leave this to me. What the? You're next, sis. Ready? Ready as I'll ever be. And just like that, it's all gone. Every empire falls eventually. This one, just a little faster than normal. Why did Angie go after me? Vitus' influence over her must have made her recognize you or something. No, I mean, why not Alan? Why me specifically? Could it be because of the power your archetype can manifest? That is quite possible. Knowing what we know, I wouldn't be surprised if you were used to try and create some evil empire or something. No, it doesn't feel that way to me. It didn't feel evil necessarily. It felt almost like someone was trying to talk to me. Whatever the reason, we need to be more careful from now on, Alice. Now that's kind of an interesting line. It felt like someone was trying to talk to me. I'm not exactly certain on what that is. Could it be the archetype and Arceus trying to get a hold of her? Could it have something to do with her mother? Maybe Vitus itself? Maybe something else entirely? Varaya, the system, the core thing? I don't know. But there are a few possibilities and a few characters that kind of run in my mind, but of course, I simply don't know. Now, the reason that I think that Angie, or well, Vitus, went after Alice instead of Alan is plain and simply not just the ability and power that she has, but again, remember during the unknown dimension that he entrusted her with keeping them at bay and creating this world and whatnot. So I believe that he knows that he has the most influence on her. I think that's a factor as well. And of course, a multitude of different reasons, but I think that's definitely one of the bigger reasons. For all we know, she could reappear once she's figured out her spell on you died out. I won't be afraid next time, I'll fight back. She won't be able to catch me. Aaron, Malia. Yes? Can you stay another night, just to be safe? Oh sure, but we're gonna have to leave very early in the morning after. If you're busy, that's okay. No, it's fine, I can stay another night, anything for my little sis. Malia, thank you so much. We're gonna have so much fun. December 16th, a light of insanity. Save real quick. And you know what? As I say, since we're about 56 minutes in, we'll stop there. Now, about the rant thing, yeah, let's do it this episode. If you don't want to listen anymore, that's fine. It's the end of the episode. Good morning, love you all. Take care of yourselves out there. And I guess now I'll get into my update rant thing, and I will make a timestamp in the comment section below about it. So if you do want to listen, cool. If not, cool. Okay. So before we get into it, I just want to say thank you guys so much for sticking along for this series. It really does mean a lot to me. All the love and support throughout, you know, the year or so of me going through the set mode no items series here, with the likes, dislikes, comments, subscriptions. It means a lot, honestly, and I can't say that enough. So again, thank you again for all the love and support. It just means a lot, you know, seeing all the comments and whatnot. But anyways, enough of me saying thank you, because I could say that for a while. So the update for the future. We of course are nearing the end of the series, and I know that we still have a ways away, but we're definitely getting close to the end. Once we wrap up this series, I do want to end it off with doing 1 or 2 theory videos, one with Madam X Team Zen, one for the overall story, and just ramble on about all sorts of different stuff. And then hopefully V14 hasn't arrived by then, so yeah. Now, in the awkward event that V14 has a release date at some point, and it's a lot sooner than expected, and I don't anticipate finishing up the series till then, we would definitely take a pause on this series and go into V14 whenever it arrives. So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I still think we are a ways away from it being released or anything like that, but you never really know. Now, on to V14 though. Again, I don't know the release date. I don't want it to be rushed. I think V14 is going to be one of the most insane and wacky chapters that we've ever had so far. I think decisions will matter immensely with what you do. I believe it's a chapter that if you don't do things in a certain way, that you can lose people close to you. I don't really know that for certain, but that would be my guess on certain things that we've seen towards the end with, well, I don't want to spoil the end of V13.5, but if you know, you know. And I suspect like a few other things as well might happen that aren't so good depending on what we do on the Paragon route. But regardless, I'm really excited to see what insanity Jane has in store for V14. Now, the release date and whatnot. Again, I don't know with certainty. I don't want it to be rushed. If I had to take a guess, at the earliest, I can see them going about it in a way that they're going for December 27th, the day of the Team Zen raid. That would be a very cool idea. I just strongly doubt that's what they're going to do. Realistically, I can see it coming out in the next 2 to 6 months at the max. That is just a guess and an estimated time. I don't know the release date. I don't know anything like that. I don't want it to be rushed. So as I've also always said, when it arrives is when it arrives, so yeah. Now, when it does though, whenever it does, we will be ending this series here on a hiatus. Again, I hope to complete this before then. Let's just go off the assumption that I'm done with this before V14 arrives. I think I could definitely pull this off before then, and with good timing as well. This is all said and done. Everything that I want to do is done. We're going to put this on the back burner for the time being, because I want this to be a series where I pretty much know almost everything and can go through the game comfortably knowing certain things and whatnot. So yeah, I kind of want to leave this series for those kind of things. For the normal mode series that we started back in, I think like 2020 during like COVID era, that's a series and Let's Play we're going to get back into moving forward into V14. It is a series that, I don't know, I kind of like cringe at a lot because I was a lot younger when I started it. I didn't know a whole lot and I wasn't as wise and mature as I am now. Not that I'm some wise dude, but you get the point. I grew a little more, grew a little wiser, a little smarter and all that kind of stuff, and I feel like that series is a total train wreck. But what's done is done. I want that to be the continuation of V14 and not this one here, simply because it is a series that I go through everything for the very first time, except of course V12. I played that numerous times and I just wanted to do a Let's Play of it. But when I started V13 on that Let's Play and V13.5, it was all brand new. I didn't know anything about it, so I just kind of want to continue that, if that makes sense with all that. So when V14 arrives, we're going to go back to that series. I did take some time doing some certain quests within that game on my own time. I went on ahead and EV trained all the Pokemon and got my levels all up to date and got some PC stuff more organized. So I think whenever V14 arrives, I should be good to go and hopefully well prepared. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, once that happens, that happens. The Renegade route. I know I've gotten some comments in the past when the Renegade route initially was released with the Paragon route during V13.5, that I got some comments bringing up going back and forth. One episode Paragon, the next Renegade, Paragon, Renegade, back and forth, back and forth. I don't think I'm going to go in that direction. I think we're going to go about it as I initially intended, which is go through the Paragon from start to finish, and then after that get into the Renegade route from start to finish, and then just kind of go from there. Now, if we finish up this series and V14 has not been released yet, I do intend to soon get into the Soul Link with my sister of Pokemon Soul Silver. When V14 arrives, inevitably during the middle of that series, I am just gonna have to work something out with the scheduling and whatnot. I might take a pause and break from that Soul Link and focus on V14, because again, I feel like it's going to be a chapter that has a lot of intense and really wacky stuff, and I really want to put a lot of time into that because I love Rejuvenation, as you guys probably know and tell, and into the few that watch this series probably love it as well. So yeah. Overall, time will tell how that'll all go. I don't have anything fully organized. I don't want to get super into it until we actually hear more about V14's release and all that kind of good stuff and any updates on that end. So yeah, but I thought I would at least share what's on my mind and whatnot. So yeah, just to simplify it really quick and conclude everything. This series, I want to wrap it up before V14. I believe I most certainly can. When we wrap this up, we're going to put it on the back burner. We will come back to the series down the line. I don't know when, but one day we will, when I know and learn more things about V14 and feel confident with my ideas, theories, and going and navigating through the game itself. The normal mode series, we're going to get back into that when V14 arrives, going on the Paragon route. When we complete that from start to finish, we're going to go straight into the Renegade route afterwards. When that's said and done, we're going to get into the Soul Link of Soul Silver with my sister. Now, again, if we finish this, there's nothing on V14's release or any updates that it's coming out soon. We're going to go straight into it. And then when V14 arrives, probably going to either continue it or just take a break from that. But after we get Rejuvenation done, and if I decide to take a break, we're going to get back into the Soul Link and then move from there. Alright, the non-related Pokemon games. with all that going down, I think we'll probably take a break. Hopefully I have something wrapped up and done by then. So yeah, it'll mainly be Pokemon for a little while, and then we'll get back to the groove of things as I normally would like to do. So yeah, overall, I think that's pretty much it. And yeah, love you guys. Please take care of yourselves out there. Drink you some water. Take care of yourselves. Drink some... I'm being repetitive. Drink some water, clean your room, do something productive, exercise, be good to yourself, be positive to yourself, love yourself, accept yourself for all the beautiful and amazing, you know, I guess like flaws as some people say. You're amazing the way you are. I think I'm being dumb here, you know what I'm saying. Love you guys, take care, see you guys in the next episode. Good morning.